Say hi, Mia. Hi. Good. All right, so they don't talk in time. They kind of bring things up later, and that's why I asked that. So thanks for that.
Is this working when the light goes off?
Yeah, I want to make sure everything's. It's just like TV. It's hurry up and wait.
Yeah, that's good.
It's just like TV. Okay, so he wanted me to ask you, do you have all his paperwork? Is he officially yours? That's a big thing for him. And for some reason with somebody else, he said, I started to fall in love with someone and he felt like it got yanked out from underneath him. So that's why he wanted to make sure this is a done deal kind of thing. And I said, okay. And he's just like, whew, that was a big thing. So he also said that he was looking for you. So you guys have a karmic tie with each other. Like you knew each other another time. So I don't know how you feel about that. But he recognized your energy right away. And he said, we almost missed each other. So it's usually very synchronistic. Like I went to look at someone else. Or so how did you guys get together?
Through DreamWorks.
Okay. Because he was just like, where's my mom, where's my mom? And he said the other people that had him, he had a connection with them too, but he felt like those contracts were done. So he feels like he's hoping this is a forever thing. So I said, okay. And he was very worried he wasn't going to pass the vet check for two things. He's got a lot of changes in his pastern in the left front. And he said he worries and is concerned about that. And also he said he had a situation where someone started to load him in a trailer. He said, I thought I was fine. He heard a noise and came flying out and then actually sat down and kind of popped his butt. And so he said he had some issues in his crew. So have you had him chiropractically adjusted? Did you have the need to do that? Okay. And who does it for you? Do you have...
Dr. Travers.
Okay, good. He's excellent. I love him. Okay, so did he mention any of that to you when he adjusted him? As far as
About
his
the
pelvis
trailer,
and stuff?
no, about the, well, he's got a hunter's bump.
Right, I saw that. But I mean, just his pelvis being out when you had him adjusted?
Well, he has pain there. Yeah.
Okay, so that's where it came from. It's an old situation.
Yeah.
So he was like really worried, like, oh my God, please, I gotta pass this vet check. Like, there are a lot of horses that don't get that, but that's how much of an old soul he is. And he hears people talking and he knows what's going on. So once that all got solidified and he now knows that he's yours, he's like, I'm gonna sleep good tonight.
And I have the paperwork.
Okay, good. Okay. All right. So when I asked him about his job, he's like, really, whatever you want to do, I don't care. If you said you wanted to do ride backwards with him, he would try and do it. He just wants to be with you because he likes being your emotional therapy too. And not all horses want to do that. He's worried about your throat and your neck. Do you have acid reflux, neck problems and stuff? Okay, you've never had that as an issue? Then maybe it was another time. Because he said, ask her about this. He's worried about all this. So I said, okay, not this time. He's like, okay, for some reason it was, I don't know why they bring up the things they do. All I can do is say it. Okay, he also said he's very sensitive to anesthesia, so if you don't know that, that's good for you to know. He said at one point somebody did his teeth and they gave him the wrong cocktail of drugs he felt, and he said he almost fell over, really scared the daylights out of him. So some animals have a drug reaction. So if you're going to have his teeth done again, this is letting go of old tension. So that's why he's kind of nursing on me. Then he said to tell you he's happy where his bit is in his mouth now. So were you kind of messing around with that, or you just put it there and that's where it's been?
That's where it's
okay,
been.
because he really likes where it is. He said, I don't want to be a cream puff, but I am. He said the littlest thing affects me, I have to tell you.
What do you mean by, what does
well,
he
he
mean
doesn't
by
want to
cream
be
puff?
like a wimp. You know, he said, I want to tell you when I'm having a problem. And he said, I'm glad you know about that. So he's really big on his patterns. He said he likes to know what's going to happen before it happens. You know, if you say, oh, we're going to do this today, we're going to school that today. And then when's the first time that you're going to show him, he wants to know. Is that going to be like in the next week or two?
No, it's not for a long time.
Okay, okay. But he thought something was going to come up. It was not a clinic or something you were going to go to?
There was, but it got canceled.
Okay, okay. Because he said he was trying to get ready for that, but wasn't sure if he was ready for that. Okay. So when you decided to bring him into your life, what were your hopes and dreams with him? Just compete with him, or just have a buddy, or what did you
Well, to have a buddy, but I wanted to compete with him, but not on a real high level.
Okay, hi sweetie. I see your boo-boo there, huh? Yeah. I'm not a chiropractor. I don't do that. Dr. Travers says that. I'm just going to come in and see how you're feeling here. Okay, all right. So he's obviously a perfectionist, doesn't want to make a mistake. Oh, you got some issues with your withers there, bud. Okay. All right, let's clear that. Let's get it cleared out. All right, it's all right. Yeah, here, we're just going to relax you first. That's a good boy. Now we got the good spot. Old grooms never die. They just look that way.
Can you see if you can find out how he injured his left hind?
Yeah, I asked him about that, and he said part of that is sometimes when he goes to get up, he does this launch himself, and it's because he's protecting himself back there. So I was asking him if he's going to be okay if he wants some Reiki energy, which is hands-on healing, and he's like, what is that? I want to know what it is. And I said, I said, we have to go back to that bad memory. I said, are you okay with that? And he's like, well, my mom's here, so I guess it's okay. So basically the long-winded version is, because of this old injury, he's learned to get up in a different way. And he felt like when he got up, he slammed his leg against the wall getting up. That's what he's claiming he thought he did it with. And it kind of bothered him because he thinks he knows every inch of his body. So when you showed up, he was like, sorry, Mom, I should have known better. Hi, honey. Oh, it's okay. You're all right. You're a good boy. I see ya. All right, so let's see what we got going on here. Let's work on getting you relaxed a little bit before we go back there. That's a good boy. Okay, you can move away if you want to. No one's going to force you. It's all right. That's a good boy. Oh, you're handsome. Oh, you're handsome. Yeah. What? I'm not going to adjust you. We're just going to talk to you. There, that's what we want. Just wanted some acknowledgement. Okay, I'm getting there. We're going to take it easy. I'm not going to go rushing back there now that you're all ready. So let's send it this way. So you can still ask questions while I'm doing this. Basically, the energy comes from above, just through me, and people learn how to do it. So he's licking, so that's good. So he's thinking about it. And he may get a little agitated when we go to that memory, so we'll see how he does. But I can still ask him questions about it. He was really glad that I knew who Dr. Travers was, because he said he likes, again, being prepared. And you said to him, he's coming tomorrow. He likes that kind of stuff. When you say, I was coming to talk to him, someone else was going to come to work on him, some horses don't want to know. They don't want to worry.
What does he think about Dr. Travers?
Well, he said in the beginning, he said, I was worried because every time they get adjusted, it brings up the memory of what happened. And over time, it gets less and less. But he said, I don't know if he, because I asked him if he had been adjusted before. He said someone had tried, and they were too rough with him. So he braced himself. That doesn't help anybody, but that's what's happened. And that's why I said to him, well, I'm not going to work on you until you're relaxed. So if we can clear some of this memory now, and that's what we're getting to now, then it'll make it easier for when he does have the next adjustment, and maybe he won't hurt himself as much. So every time he licks his lips and he walks away, it's just like we've cleared another level out of the computer and stuff. So
Can you tell him it will help us if he's very calm for the next few months, because we're trying to heal his foot?
Yeah.
And we want him not to be excited and jumping.
Well, I'm happy to tell him, but as you know, animals live in the moment.
Yeah.
But he said what would help. I asked him if he needs a calmer, and he's like, no, but maybe this is the time now where you can come in and massage him. And also, lavender is very calming for him. For some reason, he brought that up. So if you get lavender essential oil and just put it on your hands and wipe him down and let him smell it, it would help. Because he's like, what he's trying to do is push his rehab to get better, and he doesn't realize he's hurting himself continually. So
Well, we're thinking about having a calmer.
yeah, if you wanted to do like a cool and calm or something, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, we're thinking about a long-term acting calmer.
Okay, like what? Is
Flufenazine.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know if you'll have to use it because I don't know the future. His suggestion was maybe some cool and calm, some lavender. Try that first, and then if not, then if you need to, absolutely. I mean, that's where you're the mom and you have to make those decisions. But he said because he's so sensitive to drugs, he's worried about getting something in his system that's going to agitate him. So, okay, you can work it out, but I need you to be soft. Thank you. Okay. All right, so let's work over here. Let's see what we can do over here, okay? That's very nice. Oh, soft. Thank you. I don't mind if you want to tell me, but you got to be soft about it. That's a good one. Okay, so let's work on your hindquarters and see what's going to happen here. Oh, good yawn. That was huge. So all I did was just send him some calm energy. So Reiki is kind of like peeling off layers of an onion, and it repeats the energy as much as is needed. And some people go for what they think is going to be medical, like to heal themselves of cancer. And a lot of times maybe the cancer isn't healed, but the emotions that go with the cancer is healed for the spirit, if that makes sense. So that's why I keep sending him energy. And he's like, okay. He's like, okay, so the yawning is good. Good reaction. He also has really small kidneys, so when he is he's in active work, do you have him on electrolytes?
No, but I
Okay.
certainly can.
Yeah, what I've done with my horse, because he's 21, is he has a bucket of his regular water, automatic water, and I give him a bucket of electrolytes and water, and free choice, let him take it that way.
He doesn't use the automatic water. I think he's afraid of it.
Okay. He said, I get what it's supposed to do, but somewhere else, he said, I pushed the paddle once and the thing kind of exploded at him. So he said, yes, now I'm afraid. So you were reading that right, that's what it is. Because he looked at me and he goes, I'm not an idiot. It's just, I learned once not to mess with it. And I said, okay. So if you need regular water, that's fine. As far as the whole healing, he's actively participating in it, where some animals, like ones that have founder or something like that, they like being cared for. He's like, oh no, I want to get back to work. So your best strategy is just to keep saying, you're going to feel better soon, because that's the operative word at this point. So, okay, so now we're going to go on this side. We'll send energy on this side. It's okay, you're fine. Okay, so at least his bit bridle, he already commented about that. He felt like his equipment was fitting him okay. When I asked him about why he was so tense on his withers, it's because he said that's old, so I kind of activated a little bit of old stuff. I love the awning, keep going. So at one point he said he had a saddle that, it wasn't so much the saddle, but the rider was just constantly moving in the seat all the time. Just, doing all that.
That might be me.
He's not saying it is you. He's not. I'm honest with people. He said it's not you. He had somebody else that was just pushing because he was being resistant. So, because he feels like he's got enough go. So, all right. Happy with how his feet are being done now. He felt like he was too much up on his toes, so this angle seems to be okay for him, so that's good. Asked him about if he's happy here. He said, yeah, I feel protected here. At one point he was in a pipe corral somewhere, didn't like it. He said, I like having my privacy and yet looking out at everything. That's good, so very happy about that. He feels like he's insulin resistant though, so are you doing like both grass hay and a little bit of alfalfa mix, or what kind of diet is he on?
We have alfalfa and one of oat, and he gets good.
Good, okay, because I think 3 alfalfa would be too much sugar for him.
He's getting 3 alfalfa.
Okay, but isn't there a mix in there? You said there's oat in there too?
He gets 1 of oat, 1 of alfalfa in the morning, 2 of alfalfa at night.
Okay, but the fact that you're mixing it, I think is good. I think if it was just straight alfalfa with nothing else, I think it would be too much sugar for him. So, because he's on the borderline to be. I mean, when insulin resistance first came out, they thought it was only breed specific. That was only Arabians, only horses and stuff. I've seen Frisians and all kinds of stuff. So, okay.
Give him the alfalfa because he was thin before.
Right.
It helps with
Well, I think he had an ulcer, and he still has a bit of one, but it's not as bad. So do you have him on any digestive enzymes at all?
No, maybe I
You
should.
could probably like some kind of probiotics or something like that. I think those are like, the electrolytes and the probiotics feel like the only 2 things that maybe are missing. Because he said that's why he was getting so thin. He was just burning up all that adrenaline, his adrenals were running over, he had the ulcer and stuff, and he wasn't a happy camper. I mean, when it came down to the point of someone letting him go, even though he knew he was coming to you, there was that stress of, what if we don't meet each other? What's going to happen? And a couple other people did look at him, and he felt like one gal was really serious, and they did not have the right energy. She was too high maintenance and too high drama, and not you, and he was freaking out about it. So, okay, so it'd be really good to check your digestion. Are you ready for that? You have to be soft about it, though. Yeah, okay, work all this tension out. That's a good boy. Doing a lot of therapy today. Soft and nice, thank you. Soft and nice is good. Okay, so let's work on your shoulders. Radical boy. Okay. That's all right. He said, I'm trying to be really good here. I said, I got that. He's kind of like a little kid with ants in his pants, so. Okay, so their digestion point is right here. It's between their front legs. And so he's like, I don't want you to touch it, but you can send energy there. So I said, okay, we can do that. But at a point where maybe you've walked him and he's been out for a while, you could kind of massage that. But see, that's all good release.
So where to massage?
It's like right here between their front legs.
In the front of the front?
Mm-hmm. You kind of go off to the side. It's on the girth line. So the 2 reasons why horses are girthy is equipment malfunction, absolutely no doubt about it. But it also sits on their respiratory point and their digestion point. And so respiratory about holding their breath, am I going to do a good job? I'm worried about this, person I'm working with. And digestion is from the ulcer. So I think that'll get much better. Okay. Let's see, what's next? He says, I'm ready for something else. Okay. All right, so I don't know how much more on his hind end we can work on. I'm waiting for him to see what he's going to tell me to do here. So, you're a busy boy. You're going to sleep good tonight. Mom's gonna get a call and say, your horse is on his back snoring away. He had a big session today. Good boy. All right, relax.
Does he mind going to horse shows?
He wants to do it because he wants to accomplish something, and in the past it's always been with a lot of angst and anxiety. Because he's a type A personality. He really doesn't want to disappoint somebody and himself, so he's always gone there like, okay, I don't like this person, my equipment's bothering me. I mean, it's like someone shoving you out in front of people and saying, here's a mic and sing, show me how to do it. You know, it worries him. It definitely worries him. And he said, I want to be able to go and have a good time. That's the whole point. So, and I've also had some horses that say, I just want to practice. I don't want to go to a horse show. He really wants to go and prove himself. It's all right. You're all right. You can be a brave.
Is there, ask him if there's anything I'm doing that he really doesn't want me to do.
He says a lot. He said a lot of transitions. I get really worried about that. When you start doing walk to trot, you know, he's like, how many times do I have to do that? That's a little annoying. But he had to really think about it. Other than that, there's not really anything else that really bothers him because he's joyful for the most part when you're on him. He said, I'm here to take care of you. That's the whole deal. So, okay, we're getting close to I'm asking him to go back to the time that he came out with that trailer because he's so in control all the time. So I want him to really kind of clear this memory out. That'll make every adjustment after this so much better because he won't be anticipating that kind of energy coming up. So. Okay, so now we're just waiting for him to, that's like, I've got another minute or two. Look at his lips, so we're waiting to see if he's going to want to wait for him to move away now. So as soon as he moves away, then good for you. That's a good boy. You're such a good boy. Very nice. Good job. That was good. You did good. Okay. Well, you gave me a lot of energy, so thanks for that. Now your eye is nice and soft. How many beers have you had? And look, it's only 1 o'clock. You started the weekend a little early, I think. Okay. All right. So hopefully that will help now. And Dr. Travers knows me, and so hopefully that will help where he may still kind of go, oh, I don't have to be so worried anymore. Because what I try to do is, I didn't erase the memory. What I try to do is call remote viewing, and they do this with people too, where you look at the situation that you went through as you're observing it, not experiencing it. And horses can do that too. So that's the part that I asked them to go to.
And that all stems to the trailer incident.
Yeah. He said, I was halfway in, I was really relaxed, I hear this bang, could have been a truck backfire, and he came flying out, and he went so far back, and he went boom, sent right down on his butt. So there was the embarrassment, the trauma of it, the accident of it, and then going up going, I'm fine, did anybody see that? It was just one of those extremely awkward moments. So that's bad.
I didn't know horses got embarrassed.
A lot of them don't, but some of them do. Some of them really get embarrassed. It's about, especially because he doesn't have an overinflated ego. He has a very healthy ego. And an older soul, especially in a horse that's been evolved a lot, they're like, oh, did anybody see that? You know, where you can tell the younger ones. They're like, so what? I fell, big deal. He's like, oh no, did anybody see? I can't handle that. So, okay, so he's in a good place. Let him know and let him process all that. And hopefully the next time you see Dr. T, he'll say, wow, you're doing so much better, huh? Because you wanted to get better. You didn't have to do that. I mean, there's some horses that want Reiki energy, but they know they have to be vulnerable, and they don't want it. So I was
It's
glad.
interesting because he had been very resistant to Dr. Travers.
Yeah.
And Dr. Travers had been acting kind of muscly with him, and I had kind of decided I wasn't going to use him anymore because he got so excited.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll keep our fingers crossed. You can tell him that I talked to him, and I worked on him, and you can see how relaxed he is now. And he's really going to process this for the rest of the day. So we'll see. And hopefully what you'll see is when you go to touch on him, he won't be jittery in his withers, and you can start massaging these points, and we're just going to keep that energy flowing now. So
you're saying mostly the girth spot with his digestive.
Yep. Okay.
All right. Well, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. He's a very sweet boy. He tries to be a good boy, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Okay, let me get my check.
Okay. All right, so.
Thank you.